Please register. 1 Million Cups uses the registration counts for helps. It helps them with their grant funding, and it also helps us understand who's in the room. Welcome to 1 Million Cups. 1 Million Cups has been around for about 12 or 13 years, and it was started by the Kauffman Foundation. Excuse me. My name is Crystal Price. I'm your MC for today. And we are going to take care of a few housekeeping things before we get started with our presenters. You can follow us on LinkedIn, Instagram, or if you want to be a presenter, there's a QR code there for that. And we're going to run through a series of QR codes here, so bear with me. You are in Team Working by TechNexus. They graciously host us here every week, and they have an offer for free co-working for the rest of the day. Or if you want to come work permanently at Team Working by TechNexus, they offer a 10% discount on event space. Want to be a space sponsor in the future or be a coffee sponsor? We have some more QR codes for that here. But we do want to say a couple of thank yous to our existing coffee sponsor, who is U3 Coffee. They're based in Forest Park, and they've supported startups and have supported the startup community like 1871. And they provide us with our delicious coffee each week. And this month's coffee creamer sponsor is me. But it does not have to be me. So if you want to sponsor for the month, starting with the month of September, you can either talk to me or another 1 Million Cups organizer or scan that QR code. We love U3's delicious coffee. We love it even more when we have stuff to put in it. So, yes. All right. All right. And Paydays is going to sponsor August. CJ. All right, so we're gonna put you down for October. All right, everyone's gonna have delicious flavored coffee through October this year. Also want to give a shout out to Shy IRL. If you want to know what's going on in the startup and entrepreneurship world in Chicago, you can sign up here. There's a digest that goes out every Monday that tells you about all the events that are going on. This is especially a great time to sign up, considering that Tech Week will be upon us in the next couple of weeks, and you can get a really good digest about where to be. All right, this is the registration QR code again. If you just walked in, please take a moment to scan this, and then we're going to get started with our presenters. All right. All right, can we see that? And we are going to start with ladies first. And so everyone, please give a standing ovation for Ruth Bernal Davenport.
Hello.
You can use the microphone here.
Hello, hello.
Ruth is going to tell us about Workforce Works.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Ruth Davenport. I am the president and CEO of Workforce Works.
Yeah. There you
go. Workforce Works started in 2014, based in Illinois, and we are a fractional human resource company. We do A to Z human resources, boots on the ground. We are not a tech company, don't have a tech platform, so my team and I do all the work virtually or on site at the company's facility. We started in 2014. We are bilingual, English and in Spanish. Since 2014, we have serviced over 1,000 employees. We can onboard pretty quickly in as easy as 2 to 3 days, which if anyone is familiar with onboarding employees or using or implementing any tech platform, that onboarding can be a 1 to 3 month ramp up. So we can get them ready to work in 2 to 3 days. Tech compatibility, we can, like I mentioned, we're not a tech company. We are a portal partner. So any HR platform, payroll platform, or HRIS system that houses the employees' information, we can work with that. And again, we service only in Illinois. Human Resources works with the people, employees, and you have to be well-versed in Illinois state law to make sure you're in compliance and doing things the right way. Who is Workforce Works? So we are a bilingual fractional HR firm, compliance-driven, so CEOs, owners of the company, accountants, CFOs usually are stuck doing the human resource work if there isn't an in-house HR. And so what my team and I, we bring that HR expertise and get the job done without having to pay so much overhead or full-time, part-time, salaried employee. We're fractional and flexible, so we provide tailored HR solution to whatever is going on in the organization. It could be hiring, it could be termination, any type of employee-sensitive conversations, we can get that done. And relationship first. So I come from being an employee for 10 years myself. My team and I provide a very compassionate and respectable approach to human resources, although sometimes, you know, we're the bad guy or get painted in a darker light, but we're here to be an advocate to the employees and let them know what benefits they have in the organization, you know, how to advance, and also, of course, making sure the business, the owner knows their rights as well to, you know, to provide the best to their employees. Our core services. What I found out in the 10 years of being in business is usually people don't know what HR is until they're doing HR. So you don't know what you don't know, but we can provide anything again from A to Z, hiring through termination and everything in between. Specialized services with H-1B and visas, very compliance focused. Department of Transportation, sexual harassment training, very popular in the state of Illinois, being that it's mandated for every employee to go through. And again, we are not a tech company, so whatever portal or tech company you're already using, we can use that as well. A little bit more about me and the company. I am the HR expert in Illinois, and we provide over 11 years now in business, and we're here to help the employees. So thank you very much for having me. If anyone needs HR advice or questions, please connect with me on LinkedIn or my email. I'll be happy to help. And I want to empower all the entrepreneurs here today to take that step forward with hiring employees, scaling up. I know there's a lot of laws and compliance around having employees, but if you partner up with the right people, it doesn't have to be scary. In fact, it could be very profitable for your organization. Thank you very much. I have a couple more slides, so I have time. I apologize. I thought that was it. I pretty much already said, without reading the slides, everything about this. I've already serviced 1,000 employees, been in years of service for 11 years. Quick onboarding time. My ask for the group today. My ideal client over the 10 years of business is someone that maybe has $10 to $20 million in revenue, 15 to 50 employees, so they need some HR in-house or outsourced. And the people that I usually ask for the business or I have meetings with is the president or the owner of the organization, CFO, finance, or accounting people that are often stuck doing the HR work, so I can bring some relief to that. And I partner with staffing firms, law offices, insurance agencies for referrals. So if you know any businesses that can use some HR, I can help them as well. And then moving forward with my own scaling and marketing, the options for my clients right now are either they do the HR themselves, they can hire a full-time or part-time HR employee, which is often not the reality because it's expensive to have a salaried employee. They can hire someone like myself, Workforce Works, a fractional HR expert, or they do nothing. So my ask is when seeing marketing, what can help me with driving more business? What are buzzwords? What are things that can turn that light bulb on for an owner to say, okay, I'm gonna hire Workforce Works. And that is the end now. Thank you.
Let's give Ruth a round of applause.
Whew.
And we'll start with a couple of questions.
Thank you, Crystal. I'll stand up here.
Yes. Oh, go ahead.
Can you tell us a little bit, so what does an engagement look like? How do you, what do you typically charge? We'd love to understand that.
There's another mic there if you want.
Sure.
What and how, I guess.
So I have a monthly flat rate that I charge depending on the client's employee size and their compliance focus. So if it's Department of Transportation clients that have a heavy compliance focus with their drivers and drug testing and a lot of that, it's typically $1,000 a month and up. I also do a la carte services. So if someone just needs to terminate someone, process improvement plans, if someone on your team is not working, that can be a flat hourly rate. I start at $200 an hour. Again, it depends on what is really needed. And lastly, I do sexual harassment training. It's 1 hour long. It is mandated by the state of Illinois. So I charge $45 per person to complete that training either online or in person, and then you would receive that certificate of completion. So it's really tailored to what the company needs. Yes.
You say partner with us. We're open to strategic alliances that create mutual value. To me, that sounds like you're willing to pay a commission for business to bring to you.
Yes.
What does that look like?
So I don't have a set number for a referral fee, but I would be open to discussing. Right now, I have like Bamboo HR and ADP, bigger partners that if I bring, HR, what their platform and their services, if I bring it to an organization, we have some kind of fee set up that way. But a lot of accountants bring business my way and understand HR is needed. So we come together with some kind of referral fee. Open to discussing that with you. Absolutely. Great question. Kevin.
Do you cover benefits at all?
I do. I'm also a benefits agency. So I'm a licensed producer in Illinois. Workforce Works. It's a fractional human resources company, but we also provide benefits as a one-stop shop to companies, small, medium-sized businesses to get Blue Cross and Blue Shield health quotes, dental, vision. And if the numbers make sense, they can offer it as a benefits package to their employees, and then I do the enrollment. Great question, Kevin. Yes.
Is there a type of small and medium business you hope to acquire in the next year or more of, like restaurants or retail?
Yes. Over the last 10 years, I've learned that I like to work with more professional service architect firms, engineers, They're low maintenance on the employee drama. So I go in and do the professional onboarding, review time, introduce benefits. And then and now and again, I do have to go in and play bad cop, but they need the HR to support their very smart staff. And they're very profitable for me, and I would love to have more of those types of clients. Yeah. Yes. Oh.
So with Tech Week coming up, that would be like a prime opportunity for you to meet a bunch of those types. Have you done that before, where you're targeting a specific demographic, going to events, building that community?
Yes, more on the construction side, construction companies like telecom, or just like general contractors, laborers. There's a lot of employees, over 15 up to 300 employees that I've handled. So usually employers or companies that have a lot of labor. Summertime, huge for me, of course. A lot of people are hiring, a lot of people are working. The tech side and startup, it could be tricky if there aren't any employees, but they still are kind of on the fence that they can't do it all and they need to make that next leap. So I can be there to help.
So you kind of led into what my next question is. This room is full of entrepreneurs who may be a little bit earlier in the process of building their business and may not have come to the point where they're ready to hire employees yet. At what point should people start thinking about HR, potentially onboarding fractional HR, and what's your recommendations for people just getting in the mindset for hiring?
So I've definitely worked with startups, and the success I've seen is I've helped companies in the early stages of their business create the culture of where do they want to work and what culture do they want to support. So starting with the policy handbook, you put your rules in there, you tell your team how it's going to go. So there is no question, there isn't a lot of wiggle room for error. So that's a big success, is having a policy handbook in place, which I can help with. And then in terms of getting ready to hire, specifically for me, you know your numbers, how many hours you're putting into your clients, into your work. And so you have to find out your hourly rate. You have to find out what that's worth. And then, of course, before hiring, can you afford this employee? I always let entrepreneurs know it's not just the hourly rate. If you're going to pay them as an employee taxed through a payroll system, you need to figure out the hourly rate times 1.2, 1.3 as a factor. And that's going to be your true cost to having an employee. That's going to account for taxes that you have to pay them, the matching liability tax you have to pay them every payroll, plus the insurance that you have to have in order to have employees, workers' comp, general liability, et cetera. So even if you're like having clients that you charge them per hour for your services, now if you have a team, you got to make sure what you're going to charge your client, so you make money and your employee makes money. So it takes math. Okay, you got to find out what those numbers look like before you just start hiring. But have at least the policy handbook in place, so that way they sign off on the first day. They're open to following the rules. Then it's easy to catch all the other paperwork in the back end, instead of running around trying to get them to sign after they're hired. Great tip.
All right, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
All right, while we're switching over, I'll grab your mic. That one. We got lots of mics.
Mike up.
All right. All right, while we're switching over, any free events that are going on that you want to share over the next week? Anybody?
Do you want to talk about the one
It's not free, but it's not free.
Yeah,
It's a big event. It's a big event.
it is a big event. Here, you can tell them about
I
it.
don't have the details of it other than
It's July 17th.
For folks that aren't aware, so M-Hub is the hard tech center of Chicago for early stage folks. So anybody that's in hardware or looking into hardware and needs hardware support, they host an annual barbecue. It's over 1,000 attendees. It's a massive event, and it is next Thursday. You must register. Just find it Luma. There's a Luma M-Hub. I think we have a link somewhere on there, but I think it's like $10, right? Is the registration?
I think so too.
Yeah.
Zeko,
But it
did
does sell out, by the way, so get a registration.
okay. Ceci, you have anything?
No, but I mean, like, it's $10, but you also have unlimited food.
Oh, yeah, and drinks.
They have
Yes.
a lot of competitions,
That's a lot of drinks.
a lot of like, grilling, all of that, so.
And it's just a good time, right? Yes.
Yeah, on the 17th, me and two of the organizations will be hosting a networking event, including with a open jam session through musicians, artists, writers, all that stuff. There's a range of professions intertwined with some music open jams at Epiphany Center for the Arts, just by one.
Cool.
What time?
7 to 11.
Just an announcement. So, 1MC is gonna be part of Tech Week on July 22nd. So we're hoping to stay in theme, and if you have any founders that are tech founders, we would love to highlight them, because we haven't secured anyone for the 22nd yet. And we wanna ideally get a tech founder, to be able to, highlight. That's it.
All right. This Sunday we have Tech Walk, July 12th, starting at 10 a.m. And this is aging well and cognitive health in tech. We're doing it in conjunction with the Alzheimer's Association. So come walk with us. We have a whole slate of stuff for Tech Week. Yes.
Oh, so we also have an event for Tech Week, Planning Pro. It's not free, but it's free to you guys, so we'll provide a 1MC discount code, and it'll be free. I think we already have about 75 people signed up for it, and it's gonna be in Wrigleyville, so usually we don't venture outside of downtown, but at Level Sporting Club, which is the first women's sports club opening, so we'll be there, and yeah, it'll be a great, and we have some pretty cool people from Aon, Accenture, Society of Hispanic Professional Engineers, and Ghana's Tech, so join us. 1MC will be the code, and
The
you're
code.
welcome to join us.
All right.
HispanicPro.com.
Anyone else before we call Kevin up?
Wait, one other, I have one other thing, because we didn't talk about Tech Week. So, for Tech Week, because we probably should have promoted this, it's July 20th. It's gotechchicago.com is where all the events are listed. You were gonna announce that, right? Okay, gotechchicago.com. There's quite a few. So it's the whole week of July 20th. And then for folks that are, yeah, I was gonna say, where can we submit it if we have events or, yeah, so if Zach go for like the Hispanic Pro or that stuff like that, if they're not on there already, Zach goes on after that.
All right. And I think you might have one more week left to submit an event officially to the Tech Chicago Week calendar. They're accepting submissions up to 2 weeks before Tech Chicago Week. All right. We're gonna call Kevin up now. Let's give him a standing ovation, please. That's for the recording.
Is that okay?
Yep.
Yeah.
And welcome back.
All right, thank you. All right. Hello, everyone. All right. So welcome again. Thank you guys for having me back. Second time around, feels pretty cool. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Kevin Davenport. We're a few different hats, so I'll go over some of those, but my most proud hat, husband to Mrs. Ruth Davenport here, father of 3, which is dad life here. So yes, of course, family is important. And a few other hats, right? So founder and president of the Ideal Candidate. This is actually our 10-year anniversary. We have our 10-year celebration August 8th at Navy Pier. So if you guys want to join us for a night of celebration, come on out. We'll dive into that a little later. Also, small business coach for Navy Pier, small business accelerator, as well as Chicago Boost, small business growth program. 3-time author, and also event curator for Chicago Founder and Tech Party Series. So happy to dive into this a little bit further. So again, what is the ideal candidate? We are a workforce training and placement company. And our mission statement is that we empower interns and entry-level candidates to thrive in complex work environments by bridging technical skills with essential soft skills and helping place those candidates in jobs. So the biggest thing that we see is that there's a big disconnect in trust between employers and incoming entry-level staff, and that they're not soft skill trained, right? And so we are, bridging that gap in the trust and helping them get, finding employment and helping the candidates get employment. So really, we're a dual entity model, and we actually have 2 arms. We're for-profit and non-for-profit. So, at its core, the non-for-profit, we're giving away these resources for free. Placement is free, but on the for-profit side, you can definitely hire us to white label our curriculum. We can come in and do direct training. Or on the other side, we can help you find those candidates that you need, right? So if you're a university, another impact organization that does great work, but it doesn't necessarily have a workforce development arm, or you want to, beef up that curriculum a little bit, we can definitely be that partner for you. And then again, if you're the Fifth Thirds or the Aetnas of the world, we can help you find that direct talent all across the nation. So any of that speaks to you, we'd love to work with you. And as far as our traction, again, 10 years in, I have one error already. That's supposed to be 25,000 ideal candidates graduated. I'm sorry at that point. Oh my gosh. So ideal candidates trained, 25,000. Of those 25,000, we just started the placement arm of that 2 years ago. So since these 2 years, we've had 8,756 candidates placed, all within a role of at least $40,000 a year, which means that we've had a community impact of $350 million for the South and West Side of Chicago. So really, really excited about that. Yeah, there you go. There we go. Thank you. Thank you. We've also done cool stuff, like we have Lewis University Scholarship we've been doing for the last 5 years. This actually stems from my experience. I was an alumni of Lewis University, and I almost didn't walk the stage the last 2 weeks because I owed like $2,200. So I work with Lewis University to find high-performing students that have $3,000 or less to walk the stage, and we cover that cost for them so they can walk the stage. And then we help them with the wraparound services and placement. So again, if you resonate with any of this, we'd love the support moving forward. So that's Ideal Candidate and how we got started. And really, that's what led me into being a 3-time author. So if you haven't heard my story either, I am, didn't thought I'd be doing this with my life, right? I was born with ADD and dyslexia. School was not easy for me. Reading wasn't easy. So I definitely didn't see myself as an author. But it was from a bad experience, someone literally trying to steal my company, that I said, all right, what do I do with this? What do I do with this curriculum? And, after thinking about it, praying about it, it was just like, put it into a book. And so that was the best thing that ever happened to me, even though it was super uncomfortable. But the first book, the Ideal Candidate book, is really around our curriculum, self-sufficiency, soft skill training. This also has a 30-day gratitude journal, so it's a habit builder. A few years after that, we were like, man, we can really invest into this kid's communication skills. And, some people are really gregarious and outgoing, and some have really good ideas, but they're scared to speak up. And how do we, bridge that gap? So we have Savage soft skills. So for anyone on the spectrum, they can find their voice or not bulldoze conversations. And then last but not least, financial literacy, right? So these students, they're getting a new stream of income, but they get this check and they go spend it on Jordans or jeans or something else, right? So we built this and designed all 3 of these books to be more education and more wraparound and impact. And again, this is what we utilize within the Ideal Candidate and just at large. So I would love the support on the 3 books if that resonates with you for your children or mentees. And then last but not least, too, I'm also the event host for the Chicago Founder and Tech Party Series. And so first, I want to welcome you guys to come on out. I see a few familiar faces that have been out there too. And one of the cool things about this event is that there are no panels, no speeches, right? You go to a lot of these like nightlife events and you still got to listen through something. And it's like, man, it's 8 p.m. I want to have a cocktail. So that's what this is about. You can organically meet people. We always host an artist. So you'll see live paintings and such there. And we also always host a DJ that wears another hat. So for example, our last DJ was the founder of Northwest Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, Mario Farfan. So those type of things, right? Not your average DJ. You can actually network with the DJ. So again, if this resonates with you, come on out, hang out, and promise you'll have a good time. So what I'm headed towards, two things. I'm really hyper focused on the impact, right? So really trying to flex this up and do this faster. So 500 more jobs placed by January 1, 2027 is my goal. And I want to diversify the Chicago Founder in Tech series. So thinking about a summit, wine tasting boat parties, but again, diversifying kind of that impact. And the reason why I think this is the path is because jobs means personal impact and career trajectory, so overall community impact. And then number two, I'm strategically bringing fresh new events to a stale Chicago nightlife scene for founders and tech professionals. So we're out looking for help today, right? Two things, one, come and party, but really what I'm looking to hear is what would you guys like to see? Did the summit speak out to you? Would you like wine tasting boat parties? Is there another element I'm missing? And then on the impact side, any intros would be great. So hiring managers within these hotel, hospital, or hospitality space. Construction is always great. But any other insights I'm looking for today too. So how do we best stand out in the market? Is there an angle or other insights where we can, stand out for the ideal candidate? But yeah, just looking to grow, build, and grow with each one of you. And for everyone that kind of just talked through the tech series, as far as the events, would love to host 1 Million Cups, Hispanic Pro, anyone else in here. I'm always open to collaboration. We could share, QR codes, all that stuff. So thank you, and I'll open it up for questions now.
All right, first question. I'll go. First of all, thank you for joining us again. What has changed significantly since the last time you were here and now?
Well, first off, I can walk. So right after this, the month after I did this last time, I hurt my knee playing soccer in Ecuador. So I was out for the count for 4 months. I'm just getting back normal. So yeah, that's the first thing. And really, everything's just been preparing for this 10-year anniversary of Navy Pier. It's a lot heavier lift than I even thought about. I host events all the time, but not to this scale. So that's definitely been the biggest thing, trying to keep the business afloat, family afloat, and plan for this big event. Yes.
Do you use any more or less AI within your workflow from a year ago today?
I love that question, 100%. It saves me on proposals, back-end research on the client or industry that I'm working with, and just automating some things. So I've been using things like DuckSoup to automate the messages that I send out to said demographic, and then they'll send out the LinkedIn messages for me. And again, just hyper focus on the proposals that I send out, having AI draft that for us has been saving us a lot of time and energy for sure.
So I work with a foundation that does mentorship and whatnot for a range of ages, to be honest, but it's mostly usually middle and high school and then some college programming. And we touch on, I guess, kind of general life skills and whatnot, but one of the things is workforce development that we make sure we give some time and attention to. But we don't always give enough time to it because we're trying to cover all these topics. Is that a client or clientele that you would be working with that makes you also do some collaborations and whatnot?
That is 100% it. Yes. We love that introduction. And just like you responded to, we can help them if they just need one little piece of it. So they just need financial literacy and table manners. Great, right? They want us to come in and do mock simulators. So that's another thing. We can come in and do mock job interviews, mock dinner galas, anything like that. And so you take that, for example, you got a high school or college student, they got the job fair next week. We can come in and do a presentation on how to conduct themselves, how to stand out, even in a group setting, sending out your resumes, the follow-up for that. So by the next week, when the actual live fair is there, they're rock solid for the employers that are in the room, and usually leads to a good event. So yeah, anything like that, we'll love that. And like I said, we can come in and do direct training, or they can license our curriculum too, so they can throw their own logo on there. So our biggest client to date that's ever white labeled our curriculum is Rotary Club of Chicago, first ever Rotary in the world too, by the way. And yeah, that's how we got started. They invited us out. They were like, man, we just want a couple things in the curriculum. We did financial literacy, interviews, and that was really it for that year. next year was like, okay, can we add a little bit more? Okay, great. And by year 3, they were the first ones that actually pushed us to say, what would it be to actually just white label everything? We want to take the curriculum, and it took us a while to get that together, but now we're ready for those type of clients too. So yeah, wherever they're at, we can meet them and help them. Thank you. Yes.
With your marketing on social media, like your personal story about how you got here, and maybe you couldn't imagine that, how much of that are you sharing with either clientele or like front-facing marketing? Do you include that personal story as more on like the solution and what you promised to deliver? Like, if I were to meet you for the first time, like, what am I hearing and what am I understanding?
That's a great question. I feel like I'm a little bit more vulnerable in rooms like this or when it's more in person, but I don't utilize it for marketing. And I think probably there's a little bit of fear tied to that, but I'm getting over that. So maybe I should start utilizing that as like a little angle, but very seldomly, not as much. But yeah, definitely in rooms like this, and definitely with my ideal candidates, I'm open. The ADD dyslexia, where I saw myself, imposter syndrome that we all kind of deal with, I'm definitely open to. But yeah, not in a marketing or leverage way like that. Maybe I should. Thank you. Good suggestion.
So I've been to some of the Chicago Tech and Founder parties, and I mean, we all appreciate a good party, but can you share a little bit about what actually happens? I mean, it's disguised as a party. I understand that people have been able to make really, solid connections at these events and close deals.
That is correct. So one, I'm actively the one kind of, buzzing behind the scenes, making sure that strategic introductions happen. But some stuff is just happening organically too, like she said. So some of the big ones, I'll just say I've closed over 12,000 contracts just from meeting people at these events. I've had a buddy close about 25,000 from that one. I was like, dang, you beat me. But yeah, he closed a big contract from that. I've had a person find their new now co-founder. So they're now working together from meeting at the part 3, and one found their grant writer. So, and that seems to be going successful. So stuff's happening, stuff's brewing. There's other stuff, people trying stuff, but those are like the big 3, I would say, successes that have come from the events that I know about. Yes.
I have the same, but it's like, is that any of those success stories, like maybe a piece of marketing or something you could share, front facing?
That is a great idea. Yeah, I have to capture those stories, and especially like from them. It'll be better coming from their voice. So yeah, that's I'm making a mental note right now. Thank you. See, do you do marketing or something? What's going on? I gotta hire this guy. Okay, that's the coffee. Okay, I like it. Yes, thank you.
I was just gonna suggest, and this was pre-pandemic, I was involved in the city of Chicago with a program, multi-million-dollar deal, and the pandemic hit, and then, with everything happening and whatever, but now I know that they're concentrated on another thing that might be of interest to you. It's called a partnership. And look into it, because there's tons of companies that are part of this now, and now it's bigger. Before it was only like 7 or 8 Fortune 500 companies were part of it, but now it's a lot bigger, and I think it would be a great opportunity to go call it. There's still some big companies that are part of that.
Okay.
So I think it's called the Workforce Coalition.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, the city of Chicago is just one part of it, but it's statewide.
Workforce Coalition. All right. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Especially for like those soft skills, that's needed a lot.
Thank you. Yes.
I don't know how you work with the nonprofit, you mentioned it's free, but I think because your time is really valuable. And so what I think is you should invoice and they donate. And then there will be a tax for your contribution. And I don't know whether that's how you work with the nonprofit.
Yes.
That's the way, it depends on the size of the nonprofit. Some nonprofit, they can do it for free. And you can contribute back still, but you can get some tax waive for your business. I think that's win-win.
Yeah, thank you for that. Yes, so the nonprofit does work in that way. We are able to collect, grants, donations, or like Chicago Community Trust, et cetera, will fund the program. So we do get paid. I just made it was free for the candidate directly. So the candidate never pays, right? So it's either coming from a grant, foundation support, or on the for-profit side, like the Fifth Third Aetna is sponsoring that candidate too. So the candidate never pays for the placement on either side.
But not the organization.
Right, and not the organization. Yeah, we always are taking care of too for brokering the relationships and the
But
training.
in case, that's what I'm saying, in case your manager cannot afford, you can still do the service, but then do the, they give you the tax waive. That's so, it means your time.
Yeah.
So they.
Thank you. Of course, thank you. And if there are any other nonprofits in the room too, we partner on grants too. So it's like, hey, we don't have a budget for this. We are absolutely okay with signing an MOU, and we go after those Chicago Community Trust, MacArthur Foundation grants together. Here's the pilot program. Here's the idea. At least fund this first version. So we do that all the time too. So again, you don't even need a budget to start with us. We can start, having the conversation. Thank you so much.
All right, let's give Kevin a round of
All
applause.
right, thank you. Good to see you. All right, thank you.
All right. Thank you for coming to 1 Million Cups today. I would like the presenters to please come up for a quick photo shoot. Yes. And quickly, if you came in late, please make sure that you scan the QR code and register before you leave. And we look forward to seeing you again next week. Again, feel free to stick around if you want to hang out for a while, have some more coffee. We'll make another pot. And there is free co-working here all day for the rest of the day today. Thanks again.